Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Manchakalpurusha Kripa Sindhaveva Patitanam Pavanimyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Dear devotees, we're back together again. How nice to see you all, and welcome to the Bhadra wrap-up, celebrating our work together all over the world, global team in distributing Srimad Bhagavatams. A more worthy cause we will not find anywhere else in the universe. So we're very fortunate to be here. So first, offer my respectful obeisances to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, whose impetus and desire to serve his spiritual master and his love for Krishna and the Srimad Bhagavatam has inspired the world to read the Bhagavatam. At least he's given us this service, and it's working. We're increasing in many different ways around the world. Capacity is growing because of more centers getting involved, and we're also finding new ways to distribute Srimad Bhagavatam, and we're just getting started. Keep in mind that we're aiming for 100,000 by 2026, and it's very much in reach. So we have some good service ahead of us. I offer my respectful obeisances to Panchatattva, who broke open the storehouse of love of God and distributed its contents. And lo and behold, the more they distributed, the more the contents increased. Who would have thought? So that's our formula, is to follow in the footsteps of Srila Prabhupada and the Panchatattva. And I offer my obeisances to all of you, rare, great souls who are fully engaged in the Sankirtan movement. It feels so good, right? To have a team. It's much better together, in my humble opinion. I also give special mention and thanks to Shamohini Devi Dasi, who works tirelessly to hold the team together. Anukul Seva Prabhu, who's got the highest IQ of anybody I know and works on all kinds of things. Thanks to Shamohini. Thanks to Tirumala Devi Dasi. We're going to hear from tonight several devotees from different places about how things are going. And one of them is going to be Nandini Kishori, who's also a tireless worker. So tonight we have some recorded offerings, and this is an important aspect of our marathons is to celebrate together and then offer the results to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. If anybody's interested in the results, it's Srila Prabhupada. He was always eager to hear how the Sankirtan was going, the book distribution. And it's been said so many times, we all know this, whenever Prabhupada would receive the newsletter, which is always by mail, he'd always read it first. Even though he had stacks of letters, he wanted to see the newsletter first. So is Prabhupada interested in hearing these offerings? Yeah. So thanks for going to the trouble of making them. And thank you. It's very heartfelt that you've joined the call tonight, because this is one of the most relishable of all the times. And we're going to start off tonight by hearing from India. We'll be playing videos one after another. So please just sit back and relish the fact that Srila Prabhupada's relishing hearing these scores. Do we seem like we're ready to go, Shamahini?
Yes, Prabhu, we can start with the offerings, but I was wondering if, sorry.
Go to the slides, yeah, sorry.
Yes.
By the way, I'm at Govardhan Hill, just wanted to say. And if I seem a little different, that's why. Okay, let's look at the slides for this year, and I'll try to give you a color commentary as we're going through to keep it interesting. I blindly follow my Guru Maharaj. I love this quote. I do not know what is the result, so I'm stressing on this point of book distribution. He told me this personally. He told it to him personally. He asked what kind of service he could do, and he said book distribution. If you ever get money, print books. And Prabhupada took it up. So we can do the same thing. This is the secret to success, as we follow our Acharya. Here's where we are. We did 45,000 last year. We're climbing this. This is like the steps going up to Nandagram. If you've ever been there in Vrindavan, they're steep steps. We want steep. You go up the steep steps and there's a reward at the end. We like tapasya. Everyone who likes tapasya, give me a little emoji. So we've got it. We've got tapasya. And this tapasya means climbing these stairs to get to 100,000. It's exciting because we have to be stimulated as human beings. We read about people who are heroic, who go for the higher numbers in life, go for the higher goals, and somehow magically they attain them, not the least of which was His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. So we want to do that too, right? We want to climb that staircase and get up to 100,000. By the way, the 100,000 is our starting point. That's where we have to get to recover our spiritual stature in the world, to get to 100,000. That's respectable. We should label that respectable territory. From there, we're going to take off to the moon. So that's where we are. I see Malini Devi Dasi just joined. Hare Krishna, Malini. Here's our goal. We've got a target to shoot at 100,000 in 2026. And we're not fooling around. This is not a joke. This is serious business. We have to really give our attention to this and find out what obstacles might be there and then remove the obstacles. It's absolutely doable, guaranteed 100%, 1,000% doable, but we all have to do the doables in order to get there. Anything that's doable, we have to do it. So our goal for 2023 is 55,000. And this is an aggregated goal for the whole world. So let's see what it looks like. New Zealand, we're going through step by step. And if you look at the upper right-hand corner, you'll see their pledge was 184, but they did 138. By the way, in New Zealand, there's not a lot of people. Per capita, that's huge. It's hard to find people in New Zealand. There's so few people. What to speak of somebody who's going to buy a Bhagavatam set. Okay, here's Australia. They were on a tear this year. We could feel it whenever we checked in. Not that New Zealand wasn't, but there was something extra in Australia this year. We could feel it, right? Anybody who joined the meetings? Shamahini? It was palpable, right? So look at 467 they did. That's really good. That's climbing the ladder. They're increasing percentage-wise every year. Then we've got our leading indicator country. They thought they could only do 1 or 2, and now they're up to 52. Talk about a small place. And their pledge was 44. So they're in ecstasy. We talked to them, at least my morning here in India. We met with everybody from Oceania. Oceania? Somebody correct me. How do you say that? Oceania? Oceania? Okay. Nobody can unmute, so that's probably good for you. So 52 they did. Okay, what else we got? Here we got the Far East. Take a look. We got the Middle East. We got Bangladesh, Malaysia, Thailand, Taiwan, Japan. All of those together was 4,311. And that wasn't a 23% increase for the region. They needed a couple thousand more for that. So then we had Europe on the surge. Europe seems pretty healthy. Of course, there's a lot of heroics going on and the last minute anxiety, can we make it, and so forth. That's a good thing. We want to be in anxiety. We want to feel that pinch at the very last minute. Otherwise, we're not alive. We have to feel that sense that, Krishna, where are you? You know, you lose a little sleep, then you know you're in the game. So it's 2,198. Way to go, Europe. Then we have Africa. They have 624 and their pledge was 390. What's going on over there, Tirumala, Davy? Something's happening over there. It's really shaking. So look at that huge landmass and how many millions and millions and millions of people are there. We can dream about it, but let's have a collective vision that that whole continent gets covered with those little markers that show Bhagavatam sets are going out. Let the whole continent become saturated. Congratulations. Congratulations. Now we have South America. They had 82 and their pledge was 120. You can see Argentina, Chile, Peru, Colombia, Panama, Mexico. And it's kind of nice to imagine where those sets are right now in people's homes. There's still a lot more that can be done in South America. They used to be champions of book distribution back in the old days. So they can rise maybe 10-fold, 20-fold, 100-fold in their distribution. No doubt about that. There's potential there for sure. Here we are in North America. Way to go, North America. We see here, take a look, see how many centers were involved. That's quite a bit. And we have 6,747. So we're climbing there. We'd like to see it like 20,000, 30,000, 50,000 for North America. That's doable. And our pledge was 6,383. See, some centers there had 3 sets. It all counts. India was down this year. Their pledge was 27,678 and they did 19,000. I'm meeting with the Indian leaders. There's a lot of different thoughts about what they're looking to regroup. They're regrouping right now for next year. It's just there huge potential there. And they've been growing and they're doing the lion's share every year. Glorious India and the distributors there. And they're doing some reshuffling right now. So they were slightly down, which is, and when we count it as the aggregate score for everybody, including India, it'll drag down our score for this year a little bit, but we can be assured that it's going to jump right back up again. So our total is 33,905. We missed our mark by a little bit, but most of that was because of India regrouping. Everybody else, we do have charts which are too complicated or too detailed, right? Oh, there they are. World outside India steadily growing every year. So there's India, 70%, rest of the world is 30% of the normal distribution of Bhagavatams each year. 2023, you see it's evening it out a little bit. And 57% from India, go back one, rest of the world, 43%. Next. World outside India steadily growing every year. Anukul Seva, can you say what this is about?
Yes,
Requires
Maharaj, this is just the actual number of sets. So as we can see, over the years, the rest of the world has been contributing efficiently using the principles and growing the total number of sets. So so positive signs there for sure.
Very positive. It's nice to look at them separately, isn't it? Because India is such a behemoth, and we could have a vision of not just catching India, the rest of the world, but passing India, and that would be a very healthy move, I think. That's the way it used to be in the old days. We can make that happen again. See a lot of thumbs up. Thanks a lot. It's given me great inspiration. Wow, such stalwarts looking at me here. Thanks, everybody. What a powerful team. Now we're going to go to some videos. These are offerings, and you'll hear the heartfelt nature of these videos. And at the very end, we're going to talk about Live to Give and what the goals are. We're just waiting for the video. Here we go.
नमों विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वत देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे नमों विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वत देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे. Dear Srila Prabhupada, for the deliverance of all the living entities and for the sake of delivering Lord Chaitanya's mercy to them, your temples in India participated in this year's Bhadra Purnima Marathon campaign. A total of 142 centers participated or reported, distributing in total 18,913 sets of your Srimad Bhagavatam. I repeat, 18,913. Performance of this year has not been entirely to our satisfaction. Please empower us to do better next time. Srila Prabhupada, at one point of time, you were single-handedly spearheading this transcendental crusade, but now you are assisted by thousands of your dedicated soldiers. Tadvag visargo janatag viplava. Srila Prabhupada, the world needs this spiritual revolution now more than ever before, as the world hangs dangerously on the precipice of geopolitical tensions. Your Srimad Bhagavatam, Srila Prabhupada, is the only solution, and please bless us, empower us to give out this remedy more and more. Hare Krishna, Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Yeah, I heard some nice stuff in that. video. It was very nice. Music to my ears, in fact. India's gonna bounce back in a huge way. Okay, so now we're going over to Africa, one of the continents we're most hopeful about because we want it to look just like India, but better.
Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept our humble obeisances at the dust of your most merciful lotus feet again and again. All glories to your divine grace. On behalf of the African Yatra, we would like to humbly offer you the results of our 2023 Bhadra Campaign. This year, the campaign ran from Gaur Purnim until the day of Bhadra Purnim. In a letter to Shrutadev in 1975, you said, "Thank you very much for your sincere endeavors to distribute my books widely. If you continue with such desire and determination, Krishna will give you all strength to eat more. Yet, this you distribution in Africa." As part of this endeavor, the African Sankirtan team set a target to distribute 393 sets of Srimad Bhagavatam. We are very happy to offer you the results from this year's campaign. The African Sankirtan team has far surpassed the goal of 393 by distributing a total of 624 sets of Srimad Bhagavatam. This is 59% higher than our total last year and is also 16% higher than our pledge this year. It is also the highest score that the African Yatra has achieved for this campaign. O Srila Prabhupada, we humbly offer you these results and pray for the mercy of Guru and Gauranga so that we may align our lives to your desire for distributing Krishna consciousness across the world. We therefore pray for the courage and conviction to dedicate our lives to distributing Krishna conscious literature across the world. Hare Krishna. Your servants, the African Sankirtan team.
Way to go, African Sankirtan team. Steady, steady, steady. There's a high spirit in Africa. They're really into book distribution. It's a possibility it'll conflagrate and probability that it'll expand into one of the most productive continents in the whole world for book distribution because of the leadership there. Well done, Tirumala. Thank you very much. Now we're going over to the UK. We need the UK to show up in a big way, and they're doing it. I know they're putting a lot into this.
Srila Prabhupada, please accept our most humble obeisances at the dust of your divine lotus feet. All glories to your divine grace. We humbly make this offering on behalf of the ISKCON UK team for the Bhadra Campaign 2023. You once stated that it was your desire that every respectable family have a full set of Srimad Bhagavatam and Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita in their homes. Trying to work towards a tiny fulfillment of your desire, the different temples in the UK Yatra set individual and ambitious goals for this Bhadra campaign. It was a blissful campaign with hundreds of devotees involved in promoting Srimad Bhagavatam in various spheres in their community and at their temples. Through your mercy, what often seemed out of our reach became possible. Team UK set a goal to distribute at least 1,000 Srimad Bhagavatam sets for the 2023 campaign. Not only did we meet our targets, but we exceeded it. A total of 6 temples participated, and they are as follows. ISKCON Wales distributed 120 sets, ISKCON London 175 sets, Reading Yatra 23, Bhaktivedanta Manor 777, ISKCON Manchester 25, and ISKCON South London 2. This was a wonderful campaign, full of enthusiasm, unexpected results, and we could feel in a very palpable way your mercy, Srila Prabhupada. So we'd like to report that overall we distributed 1,122 sets, smashing our goal of 1,000. We express our gratitude to all of the devotees who participated in the campaign and who worked so hard to reach our goals. We now start thinking about our campaign for next year and setting ourselves a goal of another 20% increase. And this is all going to be achieved by the efforts of the devotees and the mercy of you, Srila Prabhupada, and the previous acharyas. Thank you, your servants, ISKCON UK. Hare Krishna.
Way to go, Team UK. Boy, tears come to your eyes for these videos, right? I mean, it's amazing. Fantastic. How exciting. Okay, let's see who we have next. This is Benelux. Not Benelux, Benelux.
Hare Krishna, dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept our humble obeisances and all glories to your divine lotus feet. We're gathered here to share the results of the Bhadra Purnima campaign of the Benelux in 2023, which means the results of 3 countries, namely Belgium, Luxembourg and Holland.
Our goal this year was to distribute 160 Bhagavatam sets. But the problem in Holland was that our sets have run out of print. So we had to be creative in order to find a way how we could participate. And after the brainstorm, we came up with, we have so many Krishna books in the warehouse for many years. Why not focus on that? Because Krishna book is the 10th canto, is the essence of Srimad Bhagavatam. So Tridas Prabhu, he blessed the endeavor, and under the guidance and very active participation of His Grace Jaigopal Prabhu here in Holland, and Narayani Mata, who is coordinating the books in the warehouse in Holland, we were quite successful.
Yes, it was really nice. We had so many highlights in this festival, especially the kickoff was very blessed by Mahatma Prabhu, who came to visit us here, and he shared with us all the stories of the golden age of book distribution, when the very first Krishna book was distributed. So with all this new inspiration, we went out in the street to distribute these books. What was special in this campaign was that people didn't only distribute the single books, but also they bought whole boxes, so that they could distribute the books themselves. And for this, to make this successful, we had a book distribution seminar and then also did the field work. So along with this, we had many book tables in different festivals, and in order to also relish this this nectar that is in the books, we had a daily Krishna reading. So every night we came together online to share all of these beautiful stories so that we could also relish the books in our hearts.
Yeah, very nice. That was up to Janmashtami, very special atmosphere in the yatra. Yeah, and then in Belgium, they focused on the Bhagavatam set distribution. Her Grace Jadurani, Mataji, who with her team in Radhadesh in a beautiful castle, she's always a trooper in the book distribution. So she had this weekly book table in front of the castle, which was the main hub where the books were distributed. And there was also a visit of Her Grace Aruda Devidasi, who is expert in homeschooling, and she's giving seminars now how to homeschool our children based on the values of Srimad Bhagavatam. So that increased also the interest of the congregation in the Bhagavatam set. Yeah, so they together managed to distribute 80 sets, both Dutch, one German, English, and many French. And we in Holland, we did 2,800 Krishna books. Pretty amazing. And we discussed how to count them, if we could count them, and we came up with Tridas that 40 books is one Srimad Bhagavatam set. So in Holland we did then together 70 Bhagavatam sets, Belgium 80, that means together 150.
Plus 13 Dutch Srimad Bhagavatam sets, which makes together a total of 163 sets. So we reached and surpassed our goal.
And for now we just want to thank everyone who participated, especially the 89 sponsors in Holland who have bought the books or sponsored the books. And of course all the nice people in Belgium. There also were books donated in the name of a Mataji who passed away, and in her name also distributed, so it's also very dear and special. So we are so enlivened, Srila Prabhupada, by this transcendental book distribution. We want more. We thank you for your amazing gifts to this world. We pray that you will always empower us to pass them on to whoever is eager. Hare Krishna, thank you so much. Bhadra Campaign ki jai.
Way to go, Benelux. That was amazing. That was called Workarounds Bring Turnarounds. Whatever situation we're in, just find a way to work around it when there's an obstacle and great things happen. Congratulations. Now we're going to one of my favorite places, France. See what France does. Janananda Swami there is incredibly charismatic and enlivening for all the devotees. Let's hear how they did.
Hare Krishna, Haribo. This is Janananda Goswami from ISKCON, France. I'm very happy to be with you all today, although physically I may not be present. We feel your wonderful association, and thank you all for inspiring us to be a little teeny part of this great Bhadra campaign, this campaign to distribute Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavatams profusely throughout the world. I especially like to thank Vaisheshika Prabhu and his team for initiating this program and reminding us and keeping us going throughout the years, the last few years that we've been trying to do it a little bit. So we're very fortunate here in France this year. We do now have the Srimad Bhagavatam, physically speaking, in French. We also have quite a good collection of English Bhagavatam sets, and Hindi and Bengali and Tamil sets, which we've been encouraging our various devotees to try to distribute and sell throughout the campaign since the Gopurnim till now. And this year we really, let's say, so inspiring to see the devotees getting so excited. We made a target in the beginning of 108 sets. Because practically speaking now, all those devotees who didn't have a set for so long, because the French Bhagavatam was out of print, practically all of them got their sets already. So now we have to start with fresh members and fresh cold sales, or whatever we want to call it, new clients. So this was we thought 108 was going to be a bit of a challenge, and it was a bit of a challenge, even up to probably up to a month before the actual day of Bhadra Purnim. We were still wondering how we were going to reach 108. But somehow during the last, more or less during the last 8 days, it started on Radhastami actually. And that was the 50th anniversary of Radha Paraseshwar's installation. So I went up to Paris with some of the devotees. We set up a book table, and we had all the Bhagavatams beautifully displayed. The devotees had to make a beautiful banner glorifying Srimad Bhagavatam as the essence of all Vedic literatures and the value of Srimad Bhagavatam. And we just went for it that day. And it was a miracle. I mean, people were just coming up, devotees were bringing people up, just buying Bhagavatam sets. I don't know how many that day, maybe on that day we just do like 17 sets or something. And the next weekend was Bhadra Purnim, next Friday after that was Bhadra Purnim day. So all week we were pushing it, trying to get devotees throughout the French, yatra, to try to get in the mood just doing Srimad Bhagavatam. And by Krishna's grace, miraculous things took place. And on Bhadra Purnim day, especially at New Mayapur, which if anyone's been to New Mayapur, is the middle of nowhere, but somehow on that day, we got the devotees ready.
See, I told you Maharaj is charismatic. He's Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Even when the video runs out, he's still preaching. Thank you so much. I really get a lot of encouragement out of that whole yatra. They're amazing. And now we're going to hear from Italy. We got Tredas Prabhu, who's the fearless leader there and a famous book distributor from early in the movement. Pioneer.
Hare Krishna. I'd first like to offer my humble obeisances to all of the wonderful devotees all over the world who've participated in this amazing Bhadra campaign for the distribution of Srila Prabhupada's most cherished work of the Srimad Bhagavatam set. And I'd like to make our humble offering from the Italian Yatra that we had made a pledge for distributing 108 sets, but by Krishna's mercy, Lord Chaitanya's and Srila Prabhupada's mercy, we were able to smash our goals and come to 131 sets of Srimad Bhagavatams. We're very happy about that. We are hoping that we'll do much, much more the next Bhadra campaign. And I think as we gradually develop our communication in the overall European Yatra, we will be able to help each other increase in many, many different ways, exchanging ideas and strategies and campaign ways of finding out new ways to distribute more and more sets of Srimad Bhagavatams. I think next year will be our goal will increase, and we'll be able to, by Krishna's mercy, be able to smash also that goal. And I can say definitely it's one of the most ecstatic campaigns, because to see Srila Prabhupada was very pleased to see his books distributed, but especially big books, and then especially the whole set of Srimad Bhagavatam. We remember that this is Srila Prabhupada's main work. His most important contribution was giving the Srimad Bhagavatam, what he dedicated his days and nights to translate it, to give it to us. So there's no greater way to please him than by giving out sets of Srimad Bhagavatam. And you can feel that as they're distributed, everyone can experience how much ecstasy we feel in reciprocation from Srila Prabhupada by distributing his sets of Srimad Bhagavatams. So we'll be very happy next year to again engage. We'll keep distributing sets of Srimad Bhagavatam all around the year, but we'll especially engage again in the Bhadra campaign as it comes up next year. And in the meanwhile, of course, we'll be beginning the Live to Give campaign. And we'll be very enthusiastic as the European Yatra is now uniting and we'll be communicating much more and enthusing each other much more and more. So we hope to increase to greater and greater levels, distribute for both campaigns, for the Srimad Bhagavatam set campaign, Bhadra campaign, and Live to Give campaign for Bhagavad Gita.
Thank you very much, Tredas Prabhu, for your almost 60 years of constant book distribution and leadership. Also, thank you, Tredas Prabhu, for helping to coordinate the European scores. Also like to acknowledge that Gopal Hari Prabhu had joined our group tonight, and we deeply appreciate you coming on the broadcast. Glad to have you. Let's see who we have next is coming up with
Germany.
Hey.
Hare Krishna, dear Srila Prabhupada, Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vishnu Burle Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Samniti Namaste Saraswati Gauravani Pachayan Visheshashnamari Paschattari Satarina. Yeah, my obeisances to Srila Prabhupada and to all the devotees. I'm very happy that I can present the results for the Bhadra campaign in 2023 for Germany. We had the goal to at least distribute 108 sets, and by the grace of Srila Prabhupada we were able to do that. We even made a little bit more, like 113 sets, and you can see it's a wonderful campaign. Many devotees received Bhagavatam sets, and we were very much surprised and happy, and many of them were a long time wanted to have the set of Bhagavatam in their home, and they're very much appreciating. And also we know from the last years, many devotees who got these sets, it's like really giving a boost for their spiritual life. They're very, they're making further steps in their devotional life. They're becoming, the community becomes stronger by this whole activity. So we're very thankful for this Bhadra campaign and for being part of it. And we're very happy to make a humble offering and hope for the future to continue and to even make more for the mercy and by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and for the pleasure of the devotees. Hare Krishna.
Way to go, Team Germany. I loved hearing how it brings the community together. It's one of the most important aspects. Now we're going to Russia.
Dear Srila Prabhupada, dear Shishi Gornitai, I offer my respectful obeisance at the dust of your lotus feet. We came together to offer the results of Russian team of Bhadra Campaign 2023. For this year, we put a goal of 150 sets. Many devotees were making an effort to meet this goal. Especially we want to acknowledge that more than 20 temples has participated in this global effort. More than 100 devotees took part in distribution of Srila Prabhupada's Srimad Bhagavatam sets. So we want to offer the total result is 300 Srimad Bhagavatam sets, surpassing the goal of 150 sets. We pray at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to empower us in our work together as one global team to spread the Sankirtan movement all over the world. Hare Krishna.
Wow. Go Team Russia. Smashed their goal to powder. Fantastic. Heartfelt. Okay, let's hear from Latin America.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. I address you on behalf of Latin American BBD to exalt the systematic growth of this beautiful challenge of Bhadra Purnima, which aims to bring the literary incarnation of Krishna to every home in the world, to install it on a golden throne. That throne is in the purified heart of the souls that long to return to the eternal home. And every year, the results become more and more surprising. No doubt, this intervention of Bhagavatam will change the haggard face of the society and gradually spiritualize it. From Latin America, we made a double plan: direct distribution and the most accentuated, which is finding, organizing, labeling and sending the Srimad Bhagavatams that have been donating by an invaluable network of sponsors, headed by Vaisheshika Prabhu. I believe that donating the Srimad Bhagavatam is, in some sense, the perfection of the donation, and I believe that words will never be able to appreciate the supreme good that is done to our people with this invaluable gift. We can only pray that the spiritual results of every word read in this Srimad Bhagavatam will be shared by those gentle souls who facilitated them. We received more than 500 Srimad Bhagavatams for Latin America through the offering, and we sold almost 100 on our own. We were largely defeated by the love of the devotees imbibed in the mood of opening the storehouse of love for God and distributing its fruits freely to everyone. And so, together, the sponsors and us. We will put more than 600 Srimad Bhagavatams in the hands of the devotees in Latin America. With nothing more to add, we remain at your service. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
What a beautiful offering from South America. Fantastic. This is making our hair stand on end over here. Thank you. Now we're going to the USA.
Thank you, Vaisheshika Prabhu. Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my most humble obeisances in the dust of your lotus feet. All glories to your divine grace. We are gathered here to offer the results of the Bhadra Purnima campaign. We started on Gaur Purnima, March 7th, and concluded on Bhadra Purnima, September 29th. Srila Prabhupada, you said, I want that every respectable person has a full set of Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita in his home. With that motivation, we started with a mighty goal. Because with respect to the books, Team USA had a goal to distribute at least 5,823 Srimad Bhagavatam sets. And with the mantra, assume it can be done, we marched forward. We had many highlights, and some of them of this are various teams who worked together towards the goal. First, special mention and applause to Team ISV for smashing their goal of 3,000 Srimad Bhagavatam sets by distributing 3,150 sets. Several teams from ISV participated in this mighty goal. The corporate Sankirtan team, through their systematic corporate fundraising, distributed 1,008 Srimad Bhagavatam sets. Team Motel Gita, Team Bhagavad Seva, through teaching Shastra to children and adults. Then Western Sankirtan team, through traveling to national parks and various festivals like arts, music, wine, vegan, Arabic festivals, etc. And the Kids Sankirtan team, who never missed a weekend, and so many more, they smashed their goals by distributing 3,150 sets. Atlanta Krishna Life regularly reported phenomenal scores of Srimad Bhagavatam sets distributed, person to person across the USA. Team Naperville and Team Alachua smashed their goals by doubling their book distribution from their last years. They had a laser-sharp focus. Team Naperville distributed 401 sets, and Team Alachua 205 sets. Team San Diego distributed 56 sets, 8 times the increase from last year. Team Hillsborough smashed their goal of 125 with great determination and distributed 172 sets. Houston set a new record by distributing 134 sets. Wisdom of the Sages team, headed by Kaustubha Prabhu and Raghunath Prabhu, participated in the Bhadra Purnima campaign. In their 2-week campaign, their audience sponsored or purchased 51 sets that were distributed in USA, Canada, and Croatia. More than 50 centers participated in the Bhadra Marathon across the USA. We're happy to share that Team El Paso and Pittsburgh joined their first Bhadra campaign this year. In addition, Sacramento, California, and Ypsilanti centers resumed their Bhadra campaign and Srimad Bhagavatam distribution after pandemic. And more than 2,000 devotee families participated in Srimad Bhagavatam set distribution. In all, 6,186 sets were distributed, surpassing the last year's total of 5,095 sets. We are pleased to report that all of Team US's goals have been met, surpassed, and smashed. We thank all the devotees who participated in this marathon, making this a huge, grand success. We are grateful to all the leaders who encourage their communities to participate in the Bhadra Marathon. We thank BBT for supplying constantly all the books so that we could distribute. Our sincerest gratitude to Vaisheshika Prabhu for his guiding vision and his example. We pray at the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to continue to shower his mercy upon our global Sankirtan team. We pray they may empower us to work together in the spirit of selfless service and cooperation. May the Lord give us intelligence to incrementally increase our capacity to distribute Srimad Bhagavatam as we work toward the global goal of distributing at least 100,000 sets by the year 2026. On behalf of all the devotees in the USA, we offer you this report in the mood of humble service. Thank you so much. I really feel unqualified to read this. Thank you. Vanchakalpa.
Well done, Nandini Kishore. That was a great offering. You covered a lot of ground there. That's a lot to cover. And congratulations to Team USA. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, now we've got our friends to the north, our gentle friends in Canada, who are a mighty team, highly organized.
Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my most humble obeisances unto your lotus feet. All glories to your divine grace. On behalf of devotees across Canada, I would like to make this offering unto you. We had a wonderful participation of the 2023 Bhadra Campaign with participation up from 2022. We had a total of 13 centers participate, which is 2 more than last year. We had Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton, Winnipeg, Thunder Bay, Niagara Falls, which was our first year participating in Bhadra, as well as Edmonton, as well as Burlington, Milton, Brampton, Toronto, Scarborough, Ottawa, and Montreal, totaling 13 centers that participated in the Bhadra campaign. There was a breakthrough in the distribution of French Srimad Bhagavatam sets, where 9 Bhagavatam sets in the French language were distributed to French Canadians in the province of Quebec, which was a big breakthrough considering it is such an atheistic and sense gratificatory mood that pervades in those populations. So that was a fantastic breakthrough in the French Bhagavatam distribution, as well as the Gram Vidya Dan was a strong incentive for people to support in Toronto. We had seen in places like Vancouver having the book table set up with the Srimad Bhagavatam displayed encourage people to inquire about and take the Srimad Bhagavatam. All in all, we saw in places as remote as Thunder Bay where there were installment plans being offered so that international students can also have access to this great ancient sacred literature, Srimad Bhagavatam. Dear Srila Prabhupada, our offering for Canada, we had a goal for distributing 500 Srimad Bhagavatam sets, and we exceeded it by distributing 561 Srimad Bhagavatam sets, which is a 15% increase from last year, and thus is our all-time Canadian record. Dear Srila Prabhupada, if you so wish, kindly empower us to distribute more and more and to reach a goal of 1,000 Srimad Bhagavatam sets by 2026. Hare Krishna.
Wow. Fantastic offering. Thank you very, very much, everybody. We're running a little late. No, we're not over yet, but we got a few more things to talk about for Live to Give campaign. It's already started. It starts the day after Bhadra, and it's the most, distributing Bhagavad Gita, it's like giving candy to a baby. So all over the world, everyone can feel free to exceed all your goals. Just smash them and go into this ecstasy mode of distributing Bhagavad Gita. There's nothing like it. And you'll remember every transaction at the time of death. when you leave this world, Krishna will bring it all back. Everyone you distributed a book to in major quantities all over the world. So let's have a few quick slides, a few reminders of some principles that help drive every team forward around the world. These are proven principles. Just keep them in your pocket. We need the attitude. Attitude's everything for advancing Krishna consciousness, Prabhupada writes here. We'll just whip right through these because I want to talk about the live to give. Also, it's important to maintain the mission, to remind everybody of it regularly. It's called the Jericho principle. And you have to inculcate the idea that we're on a mission, because everyone gets distracted by the nature of the world. And if you don't frame it, then somebody else will frame it for you. So make sure that you're mentioning in encouraging ways the fact that we're on a mission, we're going places, and make the goals visible. Next. Where attention goes, energy flows. You can get a tattoo of that if you wish. No one will mind, because it's so powerful. How we do is more important than what we do. It's the mood in which we do it. Cooperative mood, mood of service, humble mood, pure mood. Our capacity is unlimited. Birds fly in the sky as high as they're able, but sky's unlimited. So we have to increase our capacity. That's the good thing about being a human and being connected to Lord Chaitanya. You can increase capacity. That's what we're looking for. It'll help expand the whole movement. Keep going. The more we give, the more we grow. It's the mathematics of the spiritual world. Panchatattva smashed the storehouse of love of God, gave out the contents unrestrictedly, and it just increased. Always better service. Keep a list. Where there's room for improvement, you got to make at least 3 improvements every month. Work methodically. What worked well, keep a list of that. And where there's room for improvement, devotees will notice the fact that the team's increasing, that the quality of the operations are increasing. Okay, here we go. Live to give. This is our end of year marathon. It's already started. We're trending towards, we did 3.5 million last year. This year, the goal is going to be 3.7. And we're pushing towards 2026 when we're going to distribute 5 million Gitas worldwide. So keep your eye on the prize for the 5 million Bhagavad Gitas. That's what we get. And if you think that's a lot, think again. Here's the Gideons on the right at 48 million. We don't want them to do 48 and us do a measly 5 million. Let's think a lot bigger. And we, of course, will go step by step, but we want to double what they're doing, at least. We should be doing double what they're doing. We're not going to stand for this, are we, devotees? Say no, we're not going to stand for it, Vaisheshika. Okay, 5 million for 2026. You can tattoo that on the other arm. And this is Live to Give 2023. This is our goal, 3.7. Really meditate on this, pray for it, go before the deities and cry. You got to cry. And make sure that, you know, you're aligned with the mission that we're on here, which is to make sure that these books go out to everyone all over the world. Every town and village means every language. So we have to drive the demand for this by distributing them profusely. That's it. We got our marching orders. That is 5 million in 2026, 3.7 this year, and we'll be sending out more information. We have lots more. Shamahini, why don't you just tie up any loose ends and tell where they can get more information, and that we're open 24 hours a day, ready to help anyone. Our operators are standing by to take your calls.
Hare Krishna. So we're officially into the Live to Give campaign. 3.7 million is our goal. Books are counted the day after Bhadra Purnima, so 30th September all the way to January 4th, January 7th, 2024. Let's make a pledge. Let's not lose any more time, because as we know, our pledge is our wedge. So get your pledges in. Send us your pledge at Tirumala. If you could please type the email address that they can send the pledge at. And we're standing by to be of service to you with any resources that you may need. Also, as we've wrapped up the Bhadra Purnima campaign gloriously around the world, with most of the places contributing much more than they did last year to the overall goal, we made a promise of offering all the names of everybody who participated to Lord Nishingadev in Mayapur. The time has now come. We're collecting names to be offered to Lord Nishingadev. We have 1 week's time to collect all the names. So please, if you haven't sent names from your yatras yet, please do so again at the same email address that we'll be posting in the chat. Once again, I just want to thank all the leaders for their great work in coordinating their yatras and for staying together in this One World campaign in the service of Srila Prabhupada. Thank you.
I'll just mention also that part of the Bhadra Purnima campaign was for everyone to memorize the second chapter of the Bhagavatam, Divinity and Divine Service. Hundreds of devotees did that. In order to get full credit, you had to be able to do it forwards and backwards, and we had a lot of people do that. We heard from many families that everything in the evening was focused around memorizing that chapter. So congratulations to all of you who participated in the Get the 34 aspect of the Bhadra Purnima. And now we're reorganizing the Chapter Day Chad program so that over the next several years, we're planning on memorizing, for starters, the middle 6 chapters of the Bhagavad Gita. So right now, you can memorize, work on, read, however you'd like to associate with the chapter. It's chapter 7. And devotees around the world will be reading that every day and going deeply within the verses. And then we'll all meet at Kurukshetra, because our plan is over the next several years, maybe 5. We haven't calculated it exactly yet, to memorize the whole thing. And then we'll all meet there at a big yagya and chant it together. Haribo. Okay, think big, work methodically, but remember, Bhagavad Gita is the book, and that everybody wants it. So it's selling candy to babies. It's one of the easiest things you can do. So be bold and just really go for it. Put cases of books in front of your refrigerator. Tell your family we're not eating till they're all gone. Pile them in the temple room. And whatever you have to do, let's make this huge. Dear Srila Prabhupada, dear Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shri Shri Panchatattva, Shri Shri Gauranitai, Shri Shri Radhamanan Mohan, Shri Shri Radha Govinda, Shri Shri Radha Gopinath. If you so desire, please empower our global team to expand Krishna consciousness all over the world through the distribution of Srila Prabhupada's transcendental literatures. Let no book go undistributed. Thank you very much for considering our requests for empowerment. Om Tat Sat. Everyone who agrees with this prayer in whole or in part, please unmute and say Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Ananta Koti Vaishnavini ki jai. Go Prema Haribo. Hare Krishna. Too huge. Haribo.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.